So my name is Stefan Clore, and I'm playing the cello in L'Oriole.
I'm Tiziana Bertoncini, I'm playing the violin.
I'm Clara Levy and I play the violin.
I'm Thomas LEHN and play the analog synthesizer.
Ah, very nice, yeah. The two performances tonight, was it somehow, always the question is, was it, had you some prepared things or some structure, or was it a kind of improvisation?
We improvised.
You
We both.
improvised, yeah?
So I played with him.
Yeah.
Yes, and we didn't decide anything.
Okay, yeah.
And in our case, we have quite structured sets because our setup gives already a structure. So you see, you have cymbals, we have tin cans, and we had also drums on the floor with transducers, and according to the pieces, we use different parts of this setup. So it gives already a structure. But it's very blurred, so we know which type of sound qualities we will use, but we don't have a precise idea of the timing or...
And then we improvise inside this restricted material.
Okay, so you had some pieces where you knew which structure you will use somehow.
Yeah, it's a half composed, half improvised.
I see. Yeah. What was interesting, what I saw in your performance, for me, just as I watched it, I had this kind of feeling you really know each other somehow very well. In a way, I can't describe it. I once experienced this singing with somebody where I was a little bit afraid how strong you could interact. I saw it in the endings when you both were it went very filigran, I don't know the English word, and you still pushed each other a little bit. How long do you know each other, or can you say something to this, or was it just an illusion?
You say it's not about both duos, about the duo with Stefan.
First Stefan, and then okay. I want to ask you. Yeah?
It's also because the two instruments are really similar, so we can really make some imitation from one to the other. So we combine both material together.
Mm-hmm.
And this project is the second project we have together. Before we used to have a quartet with harp and electronics. And we've known each other for 6 years, so it's not that long ago, but still, we've been working a lot together during that 6 years, so I guess that makes up for this short amount of time.
And also, maybe to ask once more, the interesting point was, it was like, I had this feeling like, when you take a child and you want to bring a child, let's go there, and the child looks at something which is really interesting for the child. It looks simple in the first guess when you look at it, but when you say, okay, and I mean the way of how you coped repeating some structures and got into it, and when you have very often, you know what I mean, you think, now we have to go, this is important, let's go there, and you stayed on some settings and stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed, and this was very interesting as a listener to stay, and then there happened something, and within it you opened different structure. That was very. Was it by purpose, or was it just a thing I saw or I listened to?
I think it's because we're both interested in repetitive music aesthetics. So, I mean, we don't listen to that only, but I think it's a big reference for us. So I guess this comes very naturally because that's what we like and how, the type of music we thrive to play.
It's more about micro variation of the material, and then it evolves with time. So you need like stretching the time, and that's why we are repeating all the time. Yeah, this material several in different way.
And that was the nice thing of this tonight. We had two performances, both of them by itself, for me, just a subjective opinion. Very, a lot, it taught me a lot. Now I change to you. In your performance, I saw like a vividness. Let's go. Let's interact. Let's do it. That's what I want to ask you now. How far did the violin interact in your playing? How I had also this kind of feeling that you were somehow locked together, because it went that organic, how you interact. And in the rehearsal I was a little bit wondering how it will work, and then I was really I thought, yes, it's really nice to listen to you, because it was so organic how the electronics and the violin went together. Yeah, can you tell us something?
Well,
Yeah,
We-
first you talk.
well, first of all, there is if you work long time in an ensemble which is free improvising, so without a predefinition of anything, maybe with some aesthetical realm, let's say, where regarding the material, of course, you have, but not pre-decided. And if you work on a long time on that, you develop a kind of a algorithm in the mind or in the body of this ensemble. Develops a certain understanding of how things connect, or the listening. So what basically the music is developed out of listening, I would say, and the awareness about what was there, what is coming, what is now, and the connection is done by these, let's say, perceptions, or there's a connection going on. I mean, yeah, but I'm still intrigued by the if you meet the unknown, or something where you don't know, where something is really happening in sound where you haven't been yet. You know, this happens to me in the free space. You know? So, but yeah, what do you say?
No, you have to say also that the violin is processed by the
So
synthesizer.
yeah, this we can say.
Yeah,
So
a little bit,
we are interconnected technically, and
Basically, it's like figuratively that he's trying to catch me, and they always try to escape.
Yes, yes. Thank you for this. Yes, that's what I. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted. Yeah, that's why it went. Yeah, let's go. No, you can't get me. But you have been very fast. I saw it, and the sound check. I thought, how will it work? Then you really. I had a good feeling how you followed her, and then you went your own way, and that was really nice to follow. And I have to get, the ending was very, very interesting and nice. I have to say it.
Because I didn't play.
No, I will come back. I will come back. You were very patient.
No.
From my point of view, because it's very hard
I tell you something.
to stay. Yeah.
At that moment, I thought, oh wait! I looked into the watch. I had my recording there, with the timer in the recording running there. So, and man, 45 minutes? I can't believe it. I thought it was 25, you know, and you were aware that it was already...
No, I didn't, because I didn't have any watch, but I nevertheless
I had the
felt
feeling we
that
didn't play that long, which basically is not a bad sign. So, but okay, then you didn't come back in, but
No.
it was also okay like
No,
that.
it
but
was-
yeah.
That was an interesting point. Very
Yeah.
often it's a big problem how to stop. Yeah.
Well, it's
And I think you managed it really impressive. Yeah, really. And you, for me, this is you. That's not I don't play. This is being present. I saw it. I was looking at you and I saw it. You've been present. That's in improvisation for me is very important point that you don't lose the whole concept. You stay. And you were very often, I feel this, I get nervous because I have to come to an end. And you were very patient. I learned a lot, yeah, what you did today. Very often they play and it's getting boring. No, you managed it to bring something out. Then I listened to the piano. There's coming a piano out. And you didn't take the piano, you did the sign. And it went like this. That's what I want to say in improvisation, in playing together. The ending is something special. And how you managed it, it was really nice, both of you. Yeah, I want to give it.
Thank you. But it's the listening. You just have to keep in touch what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's it. I mean, I sometimes I'm also observing what's happening. I'm just observing what's going on. And well, we can say you can do that observation also with acoustic instruments, but with the synthesizer it's a bit like this, that there's also coming something from the machine towards you, and then I'm really sometimes observing what is the machine doing, you know.
Very
so
nice.
Then what's occurring, and let it be, or let it form it, go somewhere else a little bit, or very slightly only, and so on. There are many ways to act in the music making, but this is, of course, also for acoustic instruments. But in my case, the machine comes with some stuff, you know, also. And then I get in the more observation mode, let's say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only me that can ask questions. You also can talk. Yeah. But maybe I change it now that I don't miss everybody about ending. And I liked how you changed from the one to the other. Yeah. This is also for me this was one performance, and how you stayed also in the present and you changed your material. But this was within a nice, the atmosphere it stayed. Was it planned or it just worked? Or you're so good with each other? I don't know.
It's totally planned.
Yes.
It's totally planned.
No, it was.
I think you have to see our setup as a sort of score already.
Yeah.
So we know which part of the setup we'll play when. And Stefan triggers it, and he did the patch, and maybe he can talk about the patch also.
Yeah, it's just reusing the different objects as resonators, and so it gives really the sound quality, and that's how the starting point of each composition. And in between the composition, the idea is to keep the tensions that it brings. That it's not really like different composition, but one all together, like a program.
Okay. Yeah. So you use on one hand. So you have cymbals, yeah, and then a drum somehow.
Some drums.
Part, yeah.
And some
tin cans.
So you create the atmosphere out of it, and then you play within it. So
we are playing in it. Yeah,
in
the
it.
sound of the instrument goes through the object, so it really changes shape of the sound.
Yeah.
I guess I'm saying that because I come from a classical music background, but for me it's a bit like when you go and hear a symphony. You have different parts with different moods, different tonalities. But then it's a whole, the composer decided it would be a whole and not,
not parts,
for different pieces.
Yes.
And I think it's something that's very intimidating for people that are not used to listen to classical music or not used to go to classical music concert. But then there's this idea that, between the first and the last movements, you don't clap. and you keep the tension. And I guess there's something a bit like that. Not that we're referencing classical music, but
No, it was very nice. Yeah, to hold the bogen. I don't know the English word. Yeah.
The bow.
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah, maybe when we will work on a new set, we will find new objects or not,
Or not. Yeah.
just different ways of using it.
So you both were somehow creating this together, or how did the idea? Yeah. So you sit together and then you do just.
It's by experimenting,
Mm.
like we just experiment with different things, and at some point, some stuff left.
And usually we come with some, like each of us with some materials that we try, we improvise, then we develop together. And the material can be, I don't know, some extended technique, a pattern of pitches, a rhythm, whatever.
And the patch, so for each piece you have a different patch
Yeah,
for
it's
each
just
part.
it's like plugging the cable differently.
Yeah, but no, but because these were teens, they had they were playing. I don't know what.
It was a kind of granular delay that it's composed on the computer. Yeah.
Mm. Because the other one, in the other pieces, you didn't have such a thing. It was only your signals who went to one of the special Toma one,
Yeah.
the resonators.
And there is also some field recordings
Yes.
played through the instrument, so it also combines the sound quality with the sound quality of the instruments.
Yes.
So we have two things. You came together to improvise together, not knowing which sounds you will present, but you give us something. And you two, somehow, for me, it's harder to come with something you already have in your mind somehow, how it will be. Yeah, you know what I mean? You have a kind of recipe. And I'm always afraid of recipes, but you did it very, very well. What you?
I would say, we come on stage and we're like, let's make lasagna, but we don't follow the recipe.
That's nice.
But we know we have lasagna in the end.
Yeah, and I didn't mean. That's. So I like to cook like this. Yeah, that's. And now I like it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
For instance, today was very different from the last time we played, and I mean like very different. Like you would listen to the concert recording side by side, it would be.
That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you. You already answered it. Yeah, it's not every time the same. That's the point. It depends on the situation.
Yes and no. I mean, we know that we will work with some specific texture at this or this point of the set. But what the development will be, we don't really know.
You don't really know. And you together, how was it?
I just want to add, or ask, but basically what I perceived is that you prepared, let's say it was 6 or 7 pieces or something like that, and each piece had a certain material in first place. It's more a material composition in the sense of you use some certain material, and within that, you move on improvisationally. We could say, no?
Exactly.
But you don't go far out of that material. So you stay, it's developing, I could perceive it, so it develops, but you don't exit it.
No.
You don't go in another material, so that's, but because that's the piece.
Exactly. That's why it's also kind of composition, more oral composition.
But it had, some had a straight development to a, so to say, a final point, and some went also back. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you want to ask?
I don't know, but I wanted to ask you two. How was it when you performed today? Did you have moments where you felt insecure? or you felt a kind of being embarrassed because or was it, or something new, or that's when you improvise and you have you can show everything. That's very often a problem, or somehow when you start thinking. And, what I realize, having some borders is also nice. It's a kind of security also. How was your experience tonight, you two? Did you have the feeling I have to show something, or it works? It was a flow, or?
I mean,
I don't know exactly what you mean.
No, but
Exactly
it's
what
very
shows
difficult to
something.
have a concert, an improvisation concert where throughout you are like in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very difficult.
Yeah, it's
that's very difficult. So
Yeah.
it's always going like
up and
this,
down.
up
Yeah,
and down,
that's what
and
it
you
is,
have
yeah.
moments where you are into, and then you have this moment where the material is changing, and maybe there is a valley, and then it's just. I think this is just how organical improvisation is, and it's just.
I mean, you take the risk that you are standing in front of the Labim, how you say, the Abgrund. Basically, you can each time also failing that you are not happy. You have to accept that that can happen, but and it has different degrees. I would say. I mean, as you say, I mean, it's if a performance throughout is kind of so in tune that it's almost totally magic. That is really something very rare, I would say. So that I think that's a great. I feel an enormous. If that happens, I feel a big. How can I say humbleness against that? You know. So when it's but I have to let the things happen, and you. And it's very difficult to describe what actually is going on when you improvise. It's very complex, I would say. Of course, the mind comes also always in too, but it's intuitive, it's emotional, it's physical. It's different aspects are coming in like faders in different intensities into the play. So it's a complex thing. Your perception of form and time, material, etc. is a complex system.
Thank
I
you.
would say.
That's very nice. Because I meanwhile I thought, what a stupid question. But thank you how you answered it. That's a good point. Thank you. A stupid question gives a good answer. Yeah, that's very nice. Because that's the point. Not standing still. It's like go on, or it happens this and that, and this will happen. But you can't stay. Oh my God, I did this. Oh, how embarrassing. Yeah, go on, and then it's. Over.
Yeah, for example, you are like in a landscape which is a little bit unpredictable.
Yeah.
and sometimes you come to a dead end, so you have to change or go back and find again the path. Sometimes you have to climb, sometimes you go down. It's a bit like that. Yeah.
A little bit like that. Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, it's not like walking alongside a river on a flat landscape, which goes always straight on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
maybe you should next time do another concert where you both are free improvising and we develop pieces. That could be an interesting project. No, I just to see things from a different point of view, you know. Because I was thinking about that, it's also very nice to develop pieces, which in free improvisation you never do. It's not the intention to develop a ready-made piece. It's not the idea at all. So, but if one likes the idea, I mean, we are coming both also from the classical music world in a way. So I come also from the jazz, but also from the classic. So I'm very much related to composition. So, and I think I also do compose when I improvise in some ways, you know. So, but interesting to me is also to maybe to develop pieces in that way. I mean, it would be interesting what coming out from that, you know. And I would like to hear you both free improvising.
We're ready for that.
Yeah, we swap
2027.
in 10 years.
But actually, I was wondering, do you have a practice? Like a
We
common,
both?
a shared practice?
No. Together with like me on the violin, he on the synthesizer, no.
What is
That we have a shared practice. No, no.
What does it mean?
If we practice together.
Ah, so,
No, no.
okay. No,
No.
no. It's,
But
it's not
sometimes we play
necessary.
classical music together, but I don't know if this
Mhm.
helps really.
Yeah.
But you know each other for how long?
For almost 25 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
That's
Yes.
how it goes.
so let's come to an end. It was really nice.
yeah. Now we have to come to a good end. So
Yeah, with
it's
the-
up to you, man.
No, I'm sorry. It's up to you also. No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no.
we
I'm
already
not
did
responsible
the
for
editing.
this. It's I don't know. But
Okay, I will
don't
shut
wanna.
up.
Yeah, I will. No. If you want to talk, I think you're maybe tired. But if you have something to say, please go on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I want to say it was really nice today. Good and good that you came.